70.25, it'll be a time to put a lot of chips forward, because if you get above that number, they're gonna press the test. These other stocks will start moving. So you got to keep that going. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Before we get started, type in where you're signing in from, and thank you for being here. Hello, Kevin. Bruce. Raja Sessions is here. Hello, Raj. Hey, Rhonda. Honolulu. Whoa. Hey, Jennifer. Having one of your mints tonight. Jennifer bought me a whole box of mints. Oh, last me for a year. Hey, Anthony. Wendy. Canada's spoke. Hey, Sylvan. Gene. All right, let me get going. DTItrader.com/Telegram. Join that. There's a lot of great information inside there. Of course, our YouTube channels where we copy a lot of the sessions that we have on different subjects. Good way to keep up with what's going on. Speaking of that, give us a thumbs up if you like what you hear. Risk involved in trading, past performance is not indicative. Folks, been doing this a long time. Former Air Force officer, active trader since the 70s. Former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange. I have 3 books: Winning the Day Trading Games, The Markets Never Sleep, and Trade to Win. And that's what we do. Worked with students since 1996. DTI, we help you master the markets through education, training, and experience. I've got Joe in for a one-on-one this week. Hello, Joe. Maybe we get a little warmer weather for you. Hello, Philip from Ellington, Florida. Schedule for the week, we got Train on Trade tomorrow. We got our big futures kickoff on Monday night. Boy, that's a great session. I love doing it every Monday night, 7:30. Tuesday, got Connect the Dots, Train and Trade every day at 11, 1:30 live trading. Wednesday, we got Train and Trade. Pretty much Wednesday night, we have the 8 o'clock weekly review. Thursday, more live trading, more training. And then Friday, same thing. Finish up our week. It's going to be a big week, I can tell you that right now. Looking at the market tonight, you've got a market that surged out of the opening gate, has pulled back a little bit right now, and I think it's going to create an opportunity for us by watching this S&P. The high so far tonight on the S&P, just so you'll know, is about 69.72 area. So above that, back in play after 9 tonight, all my futures people. You know the Delta 10 strategy. Stay alert. In my opinion, a lot of stocks have had what I would call a corrective move from where they were in December. And the way you can tell that, and this is just a simple trick you can do, take December's low and the high this year, and if they're above that midpoint, those stocks are in place. Everybody understand what I'm talking about there? You take the low of December and the high this year, draw a midpoint area. If they're above that, keep your eye on it. Everybody understand that simple little trick I learned years ago. It's a real simple way to do it. Again, this year's high, December low. Above the midpoint of those two numbers, you got a market that might be moving higher. That's where the market stands right now. The E-mini's up 1%. NASDAQ still on the dark side. Look at the Dow Jones, up 3.96%. The DAX is up 1. You got gold up 16, and crude is up about 9-10% so far. A little corrective back up there. Bonds up 0.5%. Yeah, William, that does work for stocks. Works for any ticker out there. That little trick. Now here's my 10 tickers. These are the stocks that I think should pay you money. Now, what you should do take a picture of this. This Ask People's been coming for years. Take a picture of this. Go set alerts on these prices I give you. Everybody got that? Step 1, set alerts on these prices. Step 2, if they go above these prices, then you can use a Delta 50 option, maybe down to a Delta 30, 30 days out, should pay you. That should be the setup for the 10 tickers. Everybody got that? Give me a yes if you got that. Set an alert, step 1. Step 2, if they hit that number and go higher on a reference bar, perhaps, you step in and you can use a Delta 50, Delta 30, go out about 30 days. I think you'll be glad you learned that little lesson. Everybody want me to repeat it? Does everybody have it? 2 simple steps taking my 10 tickers. Okay, I'll repeat it one more time. Take a picture of this chart. These numbers are very important. If they exceed those prices, take a Delta 50 option down to a Delta 30, your choice, and go out 30 days. Your target price would be somewhere between 20 and 25% from your option. At least 30 days to expiration. That should pay for anything you're doing this week anywhere else. You follow that. We get to Friday, I'll show you how good it was. Okay? Everybody understand that? Straightforward, to the point. Probabilities for the week, good Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Should be a good week this week. You got numbers on your side seasonally, and I think it's going to pay off for you. News of the week. What do we got this week? Wednesday, you got to be aware. Wednesday got the unemployment numbers. That's an odd day to have that, but be aware that it comes out at 8:30 on Wednesday. 8:30 on Wednesday. Circle that one and make sure you know about that time. That's the biggest report of the month. Unemployment numbers. Wednesday at 8:30. All right, I want to talk about futures tonight. So many people find out that I teach this. So many people tell me, I wish I knew you did it. So I told Adams this is a night that I want to get people involved, go through the lessons, do that kind of stuff. I better give it to you on Sunday night. So listen up. Futures Plus Education. I use futures to trade the stock market. For example, all those 10 tickers, if you're above my daily pivot, they're in play. Because the daily pivot, I give it to you for free every day, the daily pivot. It will keep you on the right side of what's happening in the market without a lot of noise or confusion. Here's how it works. If I tell you the pivot is 69.75 and we're above 69.75, Apple's above 281, go buy Delta 30, Delta 50, and let it play. Everybody understand how that works? That's how it works. Works for that way for futures too. The benefits of futures education, it helps you stay ahead of everything. If you look below, E-mini relates to the SPY. I trade the SPY. I need to know what E-mini's doing. The NASDAQ relates to the QQQ. The Dow futures relates to the diamond. Gold relates to GLD. Silver relates to SLV. Crude relates to USO. And the 30-year bond ZB relates to the 20-year TLT. I keep these 2 tickers side by side on my custom page to be able to look at how futures are leading those tickers, those stock tickers. A little insight to trading right there. Beautiful thing about futures, you have a lot of leverage without having increased trading fees. You don't have the day trade rule. You can trade as many times as you want with futures. How many people run into problems with that day trade rule where you have to stay with the trade an extra day? Cost you money, doesn't it, sometimes? Well, guess what? With futures, you don't have that rule. Another great aspect of futures, there's no day trading rule. Hey, the farmers run the futures area. They're smart people. Third great thing about futures is the CME is now introducing mini and micro future contracts so just about everyone can get involved. In fact, they're coming out with, get this, a 100-ounce silver contract. It's going to be very popular, just like the E-mini was for the S&P. Low margins and everybody can trade it. Boy, it will be traded. The 100-ounce silver bar is a vehicle for everybody here because it's going higher. In fact, I've got something I'll show people tomorrow that says that when silver has this high of option premium, a year down the road for both silver and gold, they'll be a lot higher. 100% of the time in the last 5 years when that has occurred. That's a pretty good stat, isn't it? I'll show it to you tomorrow, maybe on Train and Trade. Now, I have a few go-to trades in futures using the reference bar approach. My reference bar approach is my 24-hour market. This will pay for anything you do with me if you learn those two simple lessons. Just ask the people that are in my futures program. They'll tell you. There's an example on Thursday night, which I posted right in the Futures Plus Telegram channel. We have our own channel. I said, get long. Use a stop there. The risk reward was good. Hit our target. In straightforward. Very easy. This is kind of things we come up with during the week in our Telegram channel to apply the education. If you go to the futures trade example, notice above RB1, that's a bullish thing we teach. Resistance showed up at the weekly open, which is 7,000. So almost a perfect trade by what we teach. A lot of people here made that trade in my futures program. The roadmap has it all, has the numbers, and I'll show you how to do it. A lot of people didn't know this. The roadmap was actually came about because of futures. That's all we did back in the day with the roadmap software. Then we added stocks and options and all the other stuff. Knowing where that week open is important. Tonight, write this number down. 69.60. That's where we open the week at. That will determine up and down for the week. 69.60. The train and trade sessions that we do every day are all recorded for you right inside the YouTube channel. Now, $69.95 to $12,000 on a E-mini contract paid you $600. That's pretty good, isn't it? One little bite of the apple there. Power using our method to trade futures. You may not know this, but our method originated with futures, a little known fact. Monday Night Live, our students there get education firsthand live every Monday night. That's 52 sessions minimum a year. We show you how to take the Telegram language that we give you and follow through with the application side of it. You have the education side, but you got to know how to apply it. We talk about the different platforms and how to use those, different type orders. It's all there. An advantage that can be your advantage if you're part of my futures program. But don't take my word for it. Listen to what our students are saying. Roger said that the T-Buzz 3-step that I taught was like Babe Ruth standing at home plate. Now, if you're a baseball fan, you remember this story where he stood there pointing to the center field fence and knocked the heck out of that ball. I think futures first and the 3-step is a game changer. Learn it. Bill said having a head start on other investors and traders has been a lifeline to success. Talk to Bill today. Now, folks, my experience in futures goes back over 40 years. I had a brokerage firm and also a member of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the largest exchange in the world. I was part of the team that brought the DAX to America. For 2 years, I traveled around the country talking about the connection of the global market using the DAX as an example. I've taught for the exchange on the CME to CBOE over the years. And the biggest advantage that I ever had was having a Globex terminal. If you don't know what a Globex terminal was, it was one of the 50 electronic terminals put out way before people thought about electronic trading on futures. It was the forerunner. That's where it came from. In other words, trading electronic for most people knew it even existed. What an advantage that was, especially around news. Having that advantage helped me discover some of my best insights over the years, including the daily pivot. How many people agree my daily pivot keeps you on the right side of the market? Give me a big yes if you agree with that statement. It comes out every day, and that's what I use to stay on the right side of the trend. It comes from futures. Learn how to do it. Type yes in the chat if you agree with that statement. Increases your odds of success. We break it down. Reminder, every week on Monday night at 7 o'clock, we expand our education for Futures Plus education. We record everything. We can go back and watch it. If you have questions about anything, you can call me. I'll be glad to explain it directly. I have Jonathan Rowe and Chuck Crow to assist me in that explanation. Since gold and silver have been hot the last few years, we've got a lot of training on how to trade futures with those vehicles, and a ton more on education, how to trade future options. You gotta love future options. Focus on tactics and strategies that fit your goal. A lot of it. David said, learning futures from me has grown his account through my educational process. And the best part is I've continually updated every week as the market changes. The foundation of understanding futures, how to trade the first hour in the morning. When most people wondering what's going to go on, we're analyzing it using the futures market when the cash market opens. We do it through the E-mini and micro. How to use futures and options to trade the E-mini, that's where the Delta strategy came from, and how to trade gold on what I call a free ride by using a simple technique, reference bars, and the daily pivot. Options, how about crude oil? You saw it was up 10% this year. It was down last year, all year long. Silver, straight up. Using income techniques with futures. Dow futures, that's going to be something we're going to focus on this week because of the 50,000 in Dow. I'll teach you a couple trades this week on Monday night that you can do with Dow futures. We use and educate on Thinkorswim and Tasty Trade. How to understand what you're reading. My favorite Delta strategies are clearly outlined through videos, Delta 50 all the way to Delta 10. Notice tonight, on the stock side, I said use Delta 50 or Delta 30 when those stocks break out. We got it right there with the futures. The Futures Plus education begins on Monday night at 7. We're going to post insights throughout the week. And after 9 on Monday night, I give you my future of the week, the one where I'm going to hone in on that week after 9 on Monday night. You can join tonight for $14.49, limited time offer, full year. A special upgrade, you'll get the Roadmap software for $4.99 if you join that. Okay? If you want to get the Roadmap tonight, doing that. DTItrader.com/futures. Don't trade without the Roadmap. Get it. That's our method. Limited time offer. The Futures Plus education includes 5 master classes on the Delta trading strategies available. Limited time at this price. DTItrader.com/futures. 904-706-3532. Again, this week's focus will be on the Dow. If you listen to what I teach you about the Dow futures this week, it's going to be a smiling week. Folks, I laid it out for you. I got it across the finish line. Any questions anybody has? Gotta love futures, especially if you like integrating futures with stocks and stock options. Perfect way to have it all. Any questions? Well, Adam, you want to replay this for everybody that came in late? We got a big crowd. I think that I've answered all the questions. It's a matter, do you want to be part of it or not? Remember, our focus this week at 7 o'clock is on Dow futures. I'll show you how to relate Dow futures to the diamond, and I think you're going to love it, that lesson. Hadn't done that yet. I'm going to do it tomorrow night. Wow. Shova said, I joined all the way
do that, T-Buzz.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said I'll definitely replay it.
You need about 2,000 in your futures account to trade it. You need about 2,000. That's the minimum you need. I think you ought to replay it, Adam. I want to hear it. I think that was pretty straight to the point.